I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Listen to that urge. You won't regret it.
Welcome to Decorating Tips and Tricks. I'm Anita Joyce here with Kelly Wilkness. We have the urge to purge. It's something that I have been doing like a madwoman the past 2 weeks and having such a sense of accomplishment. I cannot tell you how happy it makes me to open a drawer and see what is in it and not be rifling through 5 layers to get to the stuff on the bottom and find that, I'm in the wrong drawer. It's not even in there. It is making me so happy.
There is clearly something psychological about decluttering. It borders on exhilarating.
Do you know what? It's like it's peaceful because when it's cluttered, it feels stressful and out of balance, and it feels like it disorganized and it doesn't make sense. But there's a calmness when you open a closet, open a drawer, and it's all easy to find everything that's neatly done. There's a peace with that. I think that's what it is.
Maybe that's what it is. But I mean, opening my trunk at Goodwill and handing it over, or
that too. That's
bringing it someplace. Like I brought a whole bunch of things to the Humane Society
delicious.
The other day. Old linens and old dog sweaters that never fit my dogs and things like that. So
we don't have a stack of those. We have a collie. We don't do the
She
dog
doesn't
clothes.
need a sweater.
No, she doesn't need a sweater.
But all these things, I mean, I just drove all around town like, here, and I skipped back to my car. I'm like, this is wonderful. So I bet a lot of people out there are doing it. And if you're not doing it too, maybe you want to be. So we're going to give you lots of tips today.
And my first tip is to find somebody who might like your discards. If you don't have a Salvation Army or one of these other places near you, or if you just find somebody personally that would love your things. I have a friend that takes anything that I don't want. And I don't know, I don't know what she does with the stuff she doesn't personally want. But if it's anything I don't want, she wants it. It's even better than thinking I'm throwing something away. It makes me so happy knowing, I think she's going to like this.
Oh, yeah. It is so important to do that. And I'm sure everyone is doing that. They're not just throwing stuff in their trash and having it go to landfills because more than likely
that's kind of sad. That's sad. You don't want to throw it away if you can avoid it. So, for example, and I do give things sometimes to Goodwill and places like that, but like fabric, who's going to take your fabric? They don't want that. But she sews, so I can give her fabric. Yeah, and craft supplies. She's got a daughter, so I gave her all my craft supplies, why I have craft supplies, I have no idea.
You've made it very clear that you're not crafty.
So why did I have all these crafty things? I have no idea.
Well, because at some point you thought you were. So many people that are listening have a craft stash, and you should go through that. So this is the time to do it.
Try to do this once a year. If you do this decluttering, this tidying up, purging at least once a year, it's not going to be a big job. But if you only do it every 10 years, it's going to be a mammoth job, and it's going to take you forever. It hadn't been that long ago that I had done a lot of decluttering. So I've actually been able to go pretty swiftly. I've almost finished my house and not spent a lot of time on it. So that, I think, is a part of the trick there. Don't let it go too long between doing these clean outs.
Yeah, because then it seems completely overwhelming. And then it has to be, a 3-day weekend to clean out the coat closet. I think it's an ongoing thing.
Right, but at least minimally. I'm doing a minimum here.
Yes.
No, I do it all year too, but I'm just saying, you don't want to wait any longer than that. You know what? I was in my office and I found 2 boxes. I think I bought these at Costco, 2 boxes of 500 envelopes. How many envelopes am I going to use the rest of my lifetime? I mean, at this rate, I think I'm using about.
I don't even send envelopes. And especially one of those envelopes. It's not like with a card even. It's just an envelope.
Right. So I probably use 5 envelopes a year these days. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, I'm not going to use these. And in the old days, I would have been, well, I could be using it, so I'm going to keep it. But now I have a much tighter.
Yeah, that silly
rule.
Email thing might go away, and I might really need these
but
envelopes.
this was when you know what? I think it was back in my junior league days, and I think I had gotten these for something I was doing with them. But that just tells you how long I've had these envelopes. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so that's in my discardia pile. I'm giving them to my friend who takes everything, and maybe she can hand them out to her friends.
Right.
Because I don't need that many. And then 5 tape dispensers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so if you have more than you're going to use in this lifetime, just give it away is part of it. But again, part of the organizing is finding what you have. I found 3-in-1 oil, 3 different places. Well, we don't need 3 cans of it, but also if you keep everything together in one place, if you're organized, you'll know you already have that and that you don't need to buy anymore. So that's part of this, is keeping all of each particular item all in one place, having a place for everything. So if you get something like those pads that go under your chair legs, you have one place for them and you'll know where they are. I found them again, that's another thing I found in 3 different places in my house. And now I just have one location for it. And that's where I need to go to find that. And if it's not there, then I'm out. So
sometimes I forget my location, but I'm good at not having more than one of things. But then sometimes I forget where I put it.
But if you're
that's
organized,
a whole other issue.
But if your closets and drawers are purged, it's easier to find it because you can just look quickly and you'll see if it's there or not. But when it's a big mess, then I'm thinking it's faster for me to go buy it than find it in here.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. So if it's organized, you're going to find it easier. You're going to be so happy. And honestly, and here's something I've been doing with my files, because that's another thing. I had a big stack of stuff to file, several months worth of stuff I needed to put in my folders in my file cabinet. Well, the reason I didn't want to do it is because it was going to take me so long, because everything was so jammed in there. You have to shove it in there. Yeah. And it was kind of stressful. And even finding the file was hard. So I took a bunch of these files out. And another thing I'm moving to is everything's got just a file for that year.
Yeah.
And so then it just has a year's worth of stuff. So it's not going to get as big. And then at the end of the year, you move it to your long-term storage and then just put your file there for that year. And I had so much fun getting my label maker out, because I do love a label maker. I'm telling you, use a label maker. It's fun using it. And then it's big letters. You can easily see what's in your file cabinet. And that's another thing that I thought, why didn't I think of this before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What have you been doing?
I don't know. Just sitting around eating bonbons.
The label maker is key.
Mm-hmm. You got to have it.
I'm pretty good about getting rid of things and organizing, and it does give me a definitely personal high to be doing that sort of thing. So
it's our drug of choice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then the next episode we're doing is collecting. So, that's also uppers and downers, as they say.
Okay, it sounds like we're saying two different things.
Sounds bipolar. Yeah.
But it really isn't, because it's all about getting rid of junk. Stuff that's cluttering that you're not enjoying. I get rid of 6 bags of things, and then I just bring in 1 or 2 beautiful things that I'm going to use and display. And really, doesn't this go to what we've said all along? And that is, invest in a few pieces that you love rather than buying a lot of just kind of what's trendy that's cheap. Because when you buy all that stuff, you love it while it's trendy for the year. At the end of the year, it's no longer trendy. You're tired of it. It goes in your closet, and then the stuff adds up. And then you've spent all this money, and what do you have? A closet full of stuff you don't want.
And that's no good. That's just bringing you down. So here's a few things that you can just get rid of right now. Old magazines. I do this. I used to donate them. Right. I used to donate them to the hospital, and now I take them to the hospital thrift store, and they bring it over to the hospital for me, and then I get to visit my favorite thrift store at the same time.
I think I found some Victoria magazines from, it was so old that there were order forms in there.
Oh, wow.
Like numbers to call to order things.
Numbers to call.
Yeah. That's how old they were. So I'm not even sure anybody wants those.
Yeah, well, somebody might. Who knows? Here's one. it's really the time for this. Excessive wrapping paper and supplies. Now, I know that we are.
Oh, I don't have that. Yeah.
We are ribbon savers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The good stuff. The good stuff. The bad
good stuff. But
eh-eh.
sometimes, I mean, I have to say, I will be like, I can probably revive that. Or if that's a very small present, I can cut that part of the ribbon off and save it. Or, hey, that tissue paper can go in the bottom of a bag, But you know what? Just making room for that stuff for you, especially if it's in the red and greens family, like making room for that for a year, it's not worth it. And it's probably going to look even cruddier.
That's interesting you say that because I've got a wedding shower gift. It's an apron. I really want to put it in a box so that it matches the wrapping paper I have for this other wedding gift that goes. Anyway, I have 2 there and I can't find my boxes. I think I threw away all the gift boxes. It's probably about the right size for a shirt box, but you know what? I'm not even sorry. I'll just go buy. I'm not sorry. I'll just go buy. Yes, I have to go out and buy 1 box, but probably I would have pulled them out and been too embarrassed to give them to somebody else anyway, because they were all bent and mushed and anyway. And then they were taking up so much real estate. So think about all this stuff. Think about it's like you're paying a mortgage or rent on your place and this thing is using up that space and you don't even like it.
I applaud the thought of reusing and all of that. And we are really in tune with that. I love to be able to repurpose everything, but sometimes it's just time to let it go because as Anita's saying, in that balance, it's taking up real estate. It's taking up room. It's making you shuffle it from one side of your garage or your basement to the other. Old linens also, the sheets that have seen a better day. Sometimes I think, oh, they'll be great. I'll cover, I could cover something in the garage with them. Or, maybe when I'm spray painting, I'll just use that instead of buying more plastic. But you know what? You can't really spray paint with old sheets because the spray paint goes through and then you spray painted your driveway or your garage floor.
Yeah. And that stuff really, but I grew up in a family that my mom didn't throw away sheets or towels. But I'm kind of where you are. I've gotten rid of a ton of old sheets and I'm getting ready to just throw out all of the towels. And you'll be happy to know I'm getting ready to take all those towels at the farm and just throw them away and start with some new ones. And you know what? You don't need 20 towels in every bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have, 6, and that's really enough.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have 6 nice towels than 20 old ones. So yeah, I think throwing these away, yes, you can keep a few for maybe buffing your silver or something or whatever you want to use your old towel for kind of cleaning up some, outdoor thing or something. But how many of those old towels do you need for that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't think your towels were old at the farm. The way you said that made me think that I thought that. I didn't think that. But, when we say old linen, then you're like, oh, these crazy women, like they love old linens. No. We're talking about like monogrammed napkins from France. That's a whole different ball of wax.
We're not getting rid of that stuff.
Towels.
We're talking about old towels and old. Yeah. Now, and I have antique linen sheets. They're old, but they're beautiful. I mean, those cotton percale ones that we bought in, the 90s or something that are really kind of worn down. We're not talking about the antique monogram ones. Don't worry about that. Sorry, Peggy, not getting rid of those.
Don't be waiting on my stoop for that.
I know those aren't going. Yeah. But the old sheets. Yeah. They need an expiration date on them,
Yes, exactly. But it's pretty clear when the expiration has.
And even those towels in the bathroom, in the kitchen, I just took all those old towels out and all the old pot holders and everything that were looking kind of, how they look.
Yeah, they look.
Just took a bunch of those and just tossed them, and it made me so happy.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about your old linens. Towels. Contact your local humane society.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, ours takes all of that stuff for the doggies. So, a lot of the doggies are in those cement
I can take
cages.
My towels there.
Take your towels there, but call ahead. You would find they might have certain drop-off times at your local one. Mugs. I know Anita had a funny story about putting mugs by her door, and having her family take them all back.
They found the box and they grabbed their mugs and put them back. But I snuck some more out this week.
Oh,
they didn't see them.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah, you learned your lesson.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always like, right to the trunk of the car.
Yep, I'm learning.
Nobody's going to stop me. Oh, how about this? And I do look at everything like, can I make something out of that? can we use that? But we eat a lot of sushi and Asian foods that will come with chopsticks. And but even if I say to this, sometimes I say,
or the plastic forks that you don't end up using.
I don't need those things. You just keep them because I know they spend money on them. And then what am I going to do with them?
Oh, tell them. Yeah.
And a lot of times the spoon that comes with soup is like, the plastic spoon is not even nice. Like it will cut the inside of your mouth. You don't even want that spoon at all. Even if you needed it, you don't want that spoon. So I always, but sometimes, they just comes anyway. So all that kind of stuff, I just put them all in a big Ziploc and I added them in with my goodwill. I don't know if anybody bought them, but maybe if they were having a barbecue, they did. But
maybe somebody wanted them. Well, that's right. And what I found in my closet, cleaning out, and in my desk, I found 2 traveler's checks from 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Do they even make traveler's checks anymore?
I don't think they do. No, but we took them to the bank and they cashed them. We got $40 that we didn't have.
$40?
I know. And I found some money in my closet. Wow. I found about $80 in there. So I've got, money burning a hole in my pocket.
Well, everybody's going to stop listening and they're going to run to all their drawers looking
check.
for money.
And I found a bunch of foreign money. I have no idea what that's worth, but I found that too. So I don't know what that's.
Wow.
Quite a stack. Yeah.
Yes.
So you never know. You're going to be surprised what you find. It's been kind of a walk down memory lane. But here's another thing, because I did find this cute little travel. Remember in the old days when you would travel and you didn't have your smartphone and you had to bring a little travel clock? Remember that?
No.
No, stop it. Shut it. Well, my dad had one. Right. Okay, I don't think I had one. Okay, I did not have one. But my dad had one of these wind-up ones.
Oh.
Did your dad have one? Do you remember that when you were a kid?
No, I know.
Oh, stop it.
Honestly, I don't. Wind up.
Well,
clock,
my dad traveled a lot, so he had the little travel clock. Well, I found my father-in-law's, but it was small. And it was cute. And so I kept it. And that's what I wanted to talk about is if it's a small something that's a memory, that's great to keep. But the piano from his parents, not keeping that.
Yeah.
Didn't keep that. So, really kind of think about how big is this? How easy is this going to be to keep?
Hey, we'll be right back with the rest of the show, but keep listening so we can continue bringing you DTT. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Another thing that we should talk about, accessories. Accessories take up a tremendous amount of room in our lives. It's one of those things where, well, I might wear that someday, but I haven't worn it in 5 years. Unless it's your grandma's cocktail ring that, maybe you'll bust out if you get the perfect dress for it. If it's just some costume thing that you picked up somewhere and you don't wear it, that probably means you don't really like it or you don't have something that will go with it. How about just moving that along? Somebody else will probably go crazy for your big giant earrings or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I just got rid of some, and my friend who takes everything, her daughter grabbed all of that stuff. She said, she let me have this one thing.
My friends who take
her daughter.
Everything.
Yeah,
so
she
funny.
loved that. And look, if you have socks that don't have a mate, I have a drawer where I keep those because often they come out in the next wash. So I don't
Sometimes they show up. They just go out.
Right. So I don't, just because one wash, something comes out without a mate, I don't get rid of it then, but I put it in the drawer. And if it's been in the drawer for about a month without the mate showing up, then I pitch it.
Wow.
Because it just stresses me seeing those.
Yeah.
I feel like a laundry failure.
I don't understand how that happens. I am very organized and I generally try to wash the socks together. Nobody knows what really goes on there. But isn't it just like a funny thing? Like it's just this human thing. It happens to everyone. I don't know why.
Well, I have gotten sheets out before and found socks stuck to them. So you're like, oh, that's where it went. But that's that drawer, it's going to stress you out. Just, maybe have a drawer for them. And then when you don't find the mate after a month, throw them away, and nobody wants them. So just throw them away. And how about the food storage containers without a lid?
Oh, yeah. I just
got rid
of those too. Or sometimes they just kind of get credit, but not your fabulous food storage containers that
I'll tell you what,
got
and
as Christmas presents.
I got rid of all the BPA, the ones that were not BPA free. Even if they had the lid, got rid of all those. Same thing with the water containers. The water bottles, if they weren't BPA free, toss them. But I found out that now I have those double walled metal ones are my favorites. And so I had a bunch that weren't like that. We were overflowing. We had like 2 drawers of water bottles crammed, and you couldn't find the lid to the one you wanted to use. Just gifted about 8 of them away. And they're great. I mean, they'll be great for somebody else, but we don't need 30 water bottles. We just don't.
Yeah. So I'm going to suggest something here, which goes along with the topic from today. It's purging. In terms of decorating, lots of times we think about adding something, right? But often subtraction is really what's going to help a room. So after you purge all that extraneous stuff from your home, then turn your attention to those pieces that are by their presence subtracting from the beauty of your home. Your urge to purge is complete. So Anita, what is our challenge today?
Ooh, I feel better already.
Yeah, me too.
So the challenge on the living room DTT challenge, we are on step 6 to consider your lifestyle. So in this particular step, we're going to think practically. You may want the look of a Parisian flat with velvets and silk, but maybe you live in suburban America with 2 small kids and a dog with a delicate, digestive system like mine had. You really need to be honest with yourself on what you need for the space. How is this room going to be used and by whom? Are you watching TV in it? Is it used for homework? Is it a home workspace also? Do you eat meals in here? So you really want to have a list of activities that take place in the room, who's using the space, and any special considerations for the space. Tag us. I'm at Cedar Hill Farmhouse. Kelly is at My Soulful Home. We really want to see how it's coming with your DTT challenge.
Oh, definitely.
The thing is, even if you're going to do this project later, it's nice to have all this work and then you can pull it out. It may change slightly, but you won't have to start from scratch.
That's a great idea. And you could use it as a template for all the other rooms.
Exactly.
Okay, what's the TTT defines?
It is Quatrefoil.
Say it again.
Quatrefoil, I'll spell it Quatrefoil. So you'll want to say quatrefoil, but it's really Quatrefoil.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I've definitely been saying it the wrong way.
Well, that's
why I didn't even recognize it when you said it.
Well, I know. And here's the thing. There's so many words that you and I see written all the time because of doing all our research, but we don't hear someone say it. So, I like to just check the pronunciation on everything just to make sure that what I think is really the correct way. So this was double checked a couple places, and everyone was consistently saying that it is Quatrefoil. But this is a representation of a flower with 4 petals, or it can be tracery or an ornament with 4 foils or lobes, or a leaf with 4 leaflets like a 4-leaf clover. So the reason I thought this would be an important word to define is because this is a design on fabrics. I love the Quatrefoil design on flat woven rugs. In fact, I have one. I have some curtains that have this design. It's a very simple design that will go with about any other pattern to go with it because it's a very simple pattern. And usually it's just 2 colors. So it just works well with so many different other patterns you might have in the room. So I really like this pattern in fabrics and rugs.
And it's been around for forever.
Yes.
So it's on a lot of stuff.
It is. It's in a lot of stuff. And, it's kind of a design sometimes you'll see in some old buildings in the architecture of at the top of the building sometimes. So, check it out. I think it's an interesting look, and it's something you can look for in fabrics.
Tell me again how to say it.
Quatrefoil.
Quatrefoil. Okay, I hope I get to say that soon because I'm going to forget how to pronounce it again.
Well, you're going to have to go to the fabric store.
So is it cat or foil? Cat or foil?
Yeah, cat or foil. That's right. There you go.
Okay, great. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfast, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing, and it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off, yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com. Well, my crush today is taking us into the kitchen. It's a pepper mill. Why did I never have a good pepper mill? I do not know. I am so enamored of my salt cellars and my specialty salt. I just kind of disregarded the pepper, just shaking the regular black pepper out of a little shaker. So recently I went for it and I got a beautiful pepper mill, and it's made by Purge, which I always thought was a car company. They also have been making pepper. I don't know if it's the same Purge. I should check into that, but they make pepper mills and they are just the king of the pepper mill people. It is such a beautiful little piece of, I dare say.
Did you go with like metal or wood?
No, it's wooden.
Oh,
and
nice.
I went with it's a really dark brown. They had black, but it was shinier, and I wanted the matte, more like it looked like it's stained. So it's kind of like an ebony. It's a very dark. Like if you're familiar with the ebony min wax, that's the color it is, and it's flat. It's not glossy. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And aside from me gushing over the beauty of my pepper mill, it works really well and really does make a difference. You know, you don't have to be at a restaurant for someone to walk over to you and say, would you like some crushed pepper on your salad? But it really does make such a difference to have the pepper freshly ground. So I highly recommend it. I know one of the reasons I didn't get myself a pepper mill for forever was because I found them to be rather expensive. And it was one of those things like, do I really need that? And you know, I'm very low gadget in the kitchen and not even having a pepper mill. But this one was really reasonably priced. And so they come 6-inch, 8-inch, and I think even 12-inch. But I got the 8-inch one, and it's perfect.
Well, I find it very interesting that you chose a food-related item this time.
I know, finally.
And I did not.
Oh, good. Okay.
But I agree with you. I mean, you need a wonderful pepper mill, freshly ground pepper on some pasta. Ugh. I mean,
it does make a big difference.
Oh, just some olive oil, maybe some garlic. That's all you need.
I'm so hungry.
Okay,
Anita.
I'm starved now. Okay, well, my crush is this wonderful video I found from Quintessence. I actually saw this a long time ago, but I found it again today, and I thought, I just love that video. It's really, the thing I like about it, it's Timothy Corrigan in Paris. The Quintessence ladies go visit him, and he shows his apartment there. He's only there apparently a week every year. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, can you imagine the expense?
Mm-hmm.
But he
does he Airbnb it?
I didn't hear that. Yeah, that's too bad. But it was, the thing about it is, well, of course it's a Parisian, apartment. So it's just fabulous, fabulous. But there's some things he did in there that I thought are some pretty nice things, unusual things that you could do to your home wherever you live. Like one room was a small room, and he just took curtains and hung them all the way around the room.
Oh, wow. You just feel like you're cocooned.
Oh, yeah. And it's actually like on a rod. So it's not put on the wall like wallpaper. It's hung like it's gathered on a rod. And then his closet, he didn't have any closet doors on it. You just pull back the curtain and there's his stuff.
Oh, interesting. That could really work for a very small room because then you don't have the door opening up into the room.
That's right. So, I mean, there were some other things in this video too. So I'm not going to steal his thunder there, but you go check it out. It's some really cool ideas for your home.
Love it. Well, I love Quintessence. I don't know if I've watched that one, so I will definitely take a look at that. Thanks so much for joining us today. And remember, we are here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time. Want to talk to us? Well, we really want to talk to you. So let's schedule a design consult. Anita and I are here to give you individualized, actionable advice on how to create the beautiful home you want and deserve. It's so easy to schedule a design consult with us. Simply click the link in the show notes or head to decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. When we talk to you on the scheduled time, we will be ready with so many great tips, advice, and yes, tricks. So sign up today for a design consult. We can't wait to talk to you.